They had their entire lives ahead of them. Birthdays, graduations, weddings, kids of their own.
Two young men, apparently dressed in long black trench coats, opened fire about an hour and a half ago at a high school just outside of Denver in Littleton, Colorado.
In 1999, the Columbine shooting was named the deadliest school shooting in American history. It changed the way many communities across the country thought about school safety. After the shootings at Virginia Tech, Congress and President Bush signed the first major change to U.S. gun laws in more than 10 years. In the past, studies have shown stress from tragedies interferes with the cognitive functions and reduces self-esteem in school-aged children.
Tragedies in our school systems have increased dramatically over the years. We asked teachers if they were trained to talk to their students about these tragedies. We were shocked to hear their answers.
No, we did not receive any training on tragedies.
I was not trained on teaching boys and girls how to cope with tragedies.
It's not a matter of if this will happen in your school, it's a matter of when this happens.
They were watching, and all of a sudden, the space shuttle tragedy happened. And of course, kindergartners at the age of 5 and 6, they're thinking, I see smoke, what's going on? And the two teachers together were stunned. And so we stopped, we pulled our children aside, we moved them away from the TV, and waited for our principal to say something.
Very sad situation in one of the high schools in which a student stabbed another student, and that student died.
When I was in high school, there was a student that was the same age as me that did pass away. He actually did so during class, so we were in class and we were experiencing it. It's not like it actually happened outside class.
Basically, we base it off of student input. I mean, it's all student-led and student-directed. So we're not going to come in the classroom and say, hey, let's talk about this. But if they have questions, then we try and answer them to the best of our abilities.
You have to empathize with them, sympathize with them, but don't give them more than what they can handle, or don't give them so much information that they're overwhelmed and it scares them. So you just kind of mostly listen. Just let them talk if they need to talk.
Classroom teachers want to monitor is somebody really distracted, somebody really just not able to get into their routine. And they know their kids, and they know how, sure, this student is kind of funny and he plays around a lot. If he's the same way, fine. But if he's acting unusually quiet, or if he just isn't his usual self, then it might be an alert sent to that backup support center, and then they will try to reach out and connect.
Here are some strategies to help students when discussing tragedies. Watch children's reaction and their changes in behavior. Be familiar with your school's crisis intervention plan. Ask your principal or superintendent for more information. Don't give your students more information than they can handle. Provide resources for students to turn to, as well as adults, including teachers, mentors, and principals they can talk to.
One resource useful for teachers is an article in the Intervention in School and Clinic Journal. Another resource is the Listen, Protect, Connect program through the Department of Education. The third resource is a website with information for teachers from the National Association of School Psychologists.
That when children bring up something frightening, it's helpful right away to ask them what they know about it. we often find that their fantasies are very different from the actual truth. What children probably need to hear most from us adults is that they can talk with us about anything, and that we will do all we can to keep them safe in any scary time. I'm always glad to be your neighbor.